Just a couple of silly friends talking about serious stuff.
Hello, and welcome back to Two Friends React, part 2 of our Jumanji reaction. When last we left, Sarah was about to take her turn. So
Yes.
I suppose without further ado, what do you say we just get right back into the action?
Sounds great. Can't wait to watch it. Just a fun family game night.
Little kid is just like, nope.
Play the game, Sarah. Just give me the dice and you can go home.
Ah!
There's a lot of jungle, Sarah. You'll get.
But like, would that be validating that what you thought was real? But also, like, she's not exactly living her best life.
But also, what the truth is not fun. It's not pleasant.
Tell me this isn't happening.
Oh,
it is.
And that is gonna cost so much money to fix.
No quick movements.
A nice chair.
not great CGI, but not terrible. I'm really impressed with the combination of CGI and practical effects, except the monkeys.
Yeah. But at least they're not using real monkeys.
Big yellow ones.
Yeah.
Big yellow one.
I gotcha! Get his arms!
Get his arms. You've got his arms. Oh, hello, Audrey,
That big
too.
yellow one. That kind of looks like a butthole.
It's Audrey 2's cousin.
So it is. Feed me. Big bad mother from outer space.
Harvest time!
Harvest time!
My car. Oh, my car.
I completely forgot
not-
about this character.
Your car, though, right? As long as it's a company.
I mean, ish. I mean, it doesn't belong to him, but but it could be assigned to him.
I should have been a fireman.
Yes, you should have been, but for other reasons that we won't get into now. Like, as a kid, I would not have thought about, like, when I last saw this, I wouldn't have thought about, like, the traumatic and the fact that Ron Williams' character is kind of violent, like, which makes sense.
It does.
Please, last time I played this game, it ruined my life.
It ruined your life?
Me too.
Nah, I'm sorry. Like, yes, trauma's not a competition, but he literally had to survive in a jungle by himself with horrors that don't exist in real life.
And she had people telling her reality was wrong constantly.
Yeah. No, it's both horrible,
Yeah.
but like she's trying to be like, I had it so bad, and he's just like, okay, but we got to fix this.
Little kid hands.
When I was a kid and I saw this, I would not have appreciated how good the acting was in this. I would have just been, oh, Robin Williams, he's fun and zany, but like,
I actually kind of want more from our woman lead here. I feel like the acting could be better. But I'm liking everybody
Yeah.
else.
I've been okay with her. Bonnie Hunt,
Like,
by the way.
Like, she's not bad, but it feels like it could be better quality.
Okay.
I feel like I could be feeling the emotion more. And we just need Laura Dern.
Hunter from the darkest wild. Van Pelt.
You miserable coward! Come back and face me like a man! Not good enough, Sonny Jim.
So, something I didn't realize as a kid when I saw this, that's the actor who played his dad. So in addition to like everything else, like he's calling him a coward, come and face me, etc. Like he's a personification of his fear of his father.
And parents are really good at making you feel like a kid, even when you're an adult.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get your hands in the air.
Or not.
So, not to
What is
like,
your magazine?
I was gonna say not to be that guy, but first, like that is not an era appropriate weapon. Like in terms of the magazine for it, that's like an M16 magazine. But also, the caliber of those bullets from the impacts and the bullet holes that are being made, that magazine wouldn't be big enough to hold those bullets.
They're
And
magic
it would be
bullets.
it'd probably be like an individual load. What's it called?
Yeah.
Oh God, what's it called? Bolt action.
Happen over
Anyway.
and over again. Things happen, like ending up in the jungle. That was no accident. There are no accidents.
Whose turn is it?
Is he the reason you didn't want to play?
Mister, we started something 26 years ago, and now we gotta finish it?
Yeah.
He kills things, that's what he does. And right now he wants to hunt me and...
Who's the bust?
Probably like their great grandfather or whatever.
He needs something for his wall, you know? A parrot,
It's your
something to go
turn.
between penguin and partridge.
Thought about just sitting down.
And we have the necessary bickering like a couple thing.
Here, just roll.
And find the memory of your old boy.
I like this, that he's still hung up on what happened at 26, and she doesn't even, like 26 years ago, and she doesn't even remember the guy she was dating, because, like, you don't remember who you were dating when you were 13 necessarily.
It's a game.
Oh,
Yeah, you might.
not great CGI.
Don't look back!
Don't look back as he looks back. It is 95 after all. It looked much better back then,
There's
obviously.
a lot of different animals for a stampede.
Ha!
Yeah, grumpy looking bird. Hey! Hey! Oh, butthead. What? Why are you crawling after it?
Because he was already on the ground. It took him a minute to get up.
Why didn't you grab the game, Peter?
Just ignore him, honey. He's a lead.
Judy, it's Aunt Nora. Where have you been?
I'm sorry, dear. You have the wrong number.
What do you mean, where have you been?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. At home,
Like,
obviously.
she's supposed to have been at school. No, they're supposed to have been at school. Oh, maybe the teacher got a hold of her, the principal or whatever got a hold of her. And
Right.
Yeah,
but
you
I mean,
don't-
like, where have you been?
in
You're clearly
1995
at home.
California, in 95 California, you don't just walk around.
I shall need a replacement weapon.
Well, there's a waiting period, and you'll have to fill out these.
I love how no one questions the fact that he's got a that he just drops a mountain of gold there. Like, that's just normal. And that is not a weapon they would have been selling to civilians in
Like-
1995, I don't think.
What
Oh
is
God, a
this
postal
gun?
worker. A postal worker reference. Oh God, for our younger viewers who don't necessarily get that, there was a couple of instances of postal workers basically just shooting up their work, just losing it and shooting up their work. And it became like a thing. That's where the going postal expression comes from. And even though it like only happened like once or twice, it's not like it was a common thing. It became like, oh, postmen are crazy. Oh my God. And it featured in a lot of movies and TV where there was like a crazy postman who shot people,
Yeah. You really
It's
shouldn't
got
go in the
Billy-
river, kid. Kid, don't do that.
I mean,
That's a bad
someone's
idea.
got to save the game. It's only a bad idea if it doesn't work.
And now the branch falls and he goes down the waterfall.
Oh, Alan feels bad because he made him feel bad for losing the game. Is that a... Yeah, I think that's just a made-up gun, although I'm not an expert enough to know.
It does look
but-
like it. It looks like it's a bunch of different kinds.
Yeah, you
combined.
look at how thin the barrel is, and then like for the
Weird
bullets they're
flash
gonna claim.
suppressor.
It's nice work. Come on, give me the game. Let's go.
You're not very nice. He's turning into his father. Oh, it's a silly gun, probably invented for this movie, but it looks cool, so I guess.
I think it looks kind of silly, but I like
Yeah.
that about it.
True. Agreed.
Hey, buddy, you just look like you're having a rough day.
Me? I don't know what you're talking about.
So he recognizes him without the I wouldn't have recognized him without the beard.
Well, I
You only
guess he
saw him for, like, a
recognizes the
minute.
kids.
Maybe.
Just a second.
Well, wait a minute. I thought you said he's your uncle.
You didn't hear that gunshot?
No, it was silenced.
Because
Which,
that's
by the
how
way,
that
another
works.
thing, silencers in movies, that's not how they work in real life. They lower the volume, but there's still a lot of volume. Gunshots are loud.
Yeah, you would have heard that.
I suggest you all go home now.
Always make sure to wear your ear protection. Don't get that hearing back.
Yep.
Now how are we supposed to finish the game?
What happened?
I thought I could end the game myself. I was only 10 spaces away.
It's a very short game. It's only his second or third turn.
Yeah, but he did get doubles. But yeah, you're right. It's short.
Peter, your hands! Look at your hands!
Oh, so he's turning into Robin Williams. Ha! Wizard of Oz reference.
Monkey see, monkey do.
You can bail him out with a check.
Thanks.
Oh,
Tell that sniveling coward from me if he wants.
Oh.
get it, get it. Yes. He looks cute as a were kid. That's not a good place to be.
Yep. Although he didn't know that. This would have been really scary as a kid, like seeing it trampled like that and
Yikes.
hearing him scream.
Yeah.
That's not pleasant.
It's uncomfy now.
Where are all the police and emergency services? Like, you'd think they'd be out and about on the street. Although it's a small, dying town, so there probably isn't exactly a big contingent. Ah, the looting. Kid stealing a Nerf gun. Hey, Playmobil. I loved Playmobil as a kid.
Just go faster. Just good job.
When Alan hears of your predicament, he'll come.
So, why didn't he just take her in the first place? Why?
Unclear.
Yeah, like he took the game to lure her when he could have already had her. Such a 90s joke. I love it.
It sounds like something out of the Twilight Zone, but it's true, all right? Please, you gotta help me on this.
There. I'll let you go. Now what are we gonna do?
You are gonna stay.
Those are my keys.
Why did he have the cuffs in his hand? That doesn't make any sense.
What? Why? You could have teamed up.
Perpetrator in the pith helmet and khakis you reported earlier. Over. Carl? Come in, Carl.
Wait. Okay, please.
Why don't you let him drive?
Also a good question.
And maybe having a cop with a shotgun is not a bad idea.
Exactly my point. I mean, we're not the most pro cop on this channel, but this seems like a situation where it might be helpful.
Yep.
Judy!
This is so 90s. I love this.
You mean when people shopped in real stores?
No, I mean like the whole like setting up a trap and a silliness and
He'll back us up.
just those whole like silly slapsticky running back and forth to save it.
The monkeys? Yeah.
Wow. Oh, it's a little kid setting up a trap with household items. Home
Yeah,
Alone.
it's very Home Alone.
They never did anything to indicate that he was like a MacGyver type kid, right? Like they should have established something that he was like. I'm sorry, that was straight out of Home Alone. The scream that would have done Daniel Stern proud.
Yeah, he's a 90s kid. He grew up watching Home Alone. That's all you need.
What did he say?
I don't know. We have a chaste tree outside of our house, and it drops these perfectly spherical seeds that are hard and litters
That's
the
so cool.
entire ground with them, and they are a trap right out of Home Alone. They are so slippery.
Nice.
Like, I worry someone's gonna get hurt and sue us.
Less nice. Also very American that they would sue you for that.
Yeah.
You didn't roll the dice. Alan did.
There it is.
I like the fact that that Van Pelt and the monsters and characters are bound by the rules of the game.
Yeah. This is bringing back some good Blues Brothers memories.
Never seen it, actually.
Oh, shit.
My brother's been after me to watch it for years. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. I mean, he's a board game character, but that would kill a normal human.
We should do Blues Brothers on the channel.
Okay. I mean, my brother's been after me to watch it for years.
Circumstances are never, ever out of your control. End of tape 3.
Oh, cassette tapes.
I remember those self-help books.
I mean, they still exist. They're just now they're podcasts or whatever.
And rashes to violent seizures. Local resources have been strained.
I forgot all about this part of the movie where it's like, yeah, this is causing major problems around, not just like to them, but to the city itself. I don't remember any of that. That it's not something I would have noticed as a kid, but it really does up the stakes of the movie. Like, they have to finish this game, not just for their own sake.
Monkey.
The monkeys are very much for the kids, the silly slapstick, just to, oh, look at the little monkey, he's being silly, haha. But it's one of those things that when you watch it as an adult, it like lowers the movie just a little bit. I
actually kind of like them. Maybe I'm just a kid.
I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare.
But I would also enjoy this movie as more of a scary, like, horror. I think that would be cool. But if we're going more comedy aspect, then I do kind of enjoy the silly monkeys.
Yeah.
I know, but he's a kid and he was trying to help.
All right, come. Keep your chin up. Crying never helped anybody do anything, okay?
That's not right.
Crying is good. It can be very cathartic, like literally, like mental health wise, it can be very, very good. Like there's nothing.
Crying's helped a lot of people do a lot of things, like get me out of a ticket.
I don't think it would work if I did it.
Don't worry. We're gonna have you turn back into your old self in no time flat. Because we're gonna go in here together.
So, will he maintain his like human consciousness, or will he go full monkey?
I guess we'll find out. The question is, why do they have to finish at the house? Why don't they just sit down wherever they are and play?
Good question. I feel like the house is maybe not a good place to play.
Yeah, there's a lion. And that.
And the vines, and it's just more confined space if something occurs, like a stampede.
Yeah.
Do you have children? A boy and a girl?
Oh my God, what happened?
Get in, I'll explain it all on the way.
It's like a big pickle.
That's an impressively like practical effect. Like,
well, I think your car is officially gone now. The poor car has had a very hard day.
Fine, take it.
You didn't want it anyway.
Shouldn't we play someplace else?
No, I grew up in this. It's out there that scares me.
Okay, so he kind of addresses. It's not a good answer, but at least there is an answer.
Yeah, I do appreciate when they attempt to address things in films. You usually only need one line to do it.
Monsoon. Well, at least we're inside.
So, but is the monsoon gonna be inside? Yeah.
Okay, just roll, like, keep rolling the dice. Like, what's stopping you from...
Yeah, just go.
I mean, movie, obviously, movie logic. But, like, yeah, what's stopping you from just rolling the dice? And as the bad stuff happens, keep rolling it if you're quick enough.
Well, hello, rain never hurt anybody.
And then it's gonna knock up a bit. Well, at least it isn't raining.
At least it can't get any worse.
At least it's not flooding our house.
I mean, it is.
That's this poor house. Okay, that's a fun effect. I would have enjoyed being on set this day. Can I go next? Oh,
Alan.
Oh, nope. What is that? Move quickly. Go, 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 go. Go.
I hate being a, you know, back in my day guy, but like nowadays most movies would just make this a CGI crocodile and it would look good, but it like this is scarier than a more realistic looking CGI crocodile because I know it's there.
Yeah.
Like those kids are screaming at an actually scary design model. Not model,
Oh my
a
God.
full-sized replica.
Oh my God, this is giving me War of the Roses flashbacks right now.
Never seen it.
That is also an excellent film.
Judy! Peter!
Oh, you can't enter. Oh, it's probably because it's flooded? How is
They
there
locked
not
the door.
water coming out?
They locked the door, so like.
But like, wouldn't there
when they
be
came in-
water coming out underneath? Like,
yeah, the
how,
windows would have shattered from all the water pressure.
How well sealed are these doors? Okay, go, move.
And that's how they died. That does look fun.
They got on the doors. That's lucky. Fair.
And the sort of like, they're definitely going to get together moment. Kristen Dunst's face.
Alan, you wrestled an alligator for me.
This feels out of place. What?
Come on.
That was a strange place to put
Yeah.
that.
It was weird, but it was kind of funny. The sort of the way he just brushed it off because he's a 12-year-old kid. He's, in a lot of ways has the mind of a 12-year-old kid who went through puberty with no information. Like,
See, now I'm wondering if the way that she played that might have impacted why it felt so like off to me.
it also there was nothing before. It was just, you wrestled an alligator for me. Okay, like I don't know. I agree. It was out of.
It's
Clue
also
reference.
hard to tell how much of this is her acting and how much of it is the direction she's getting.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Except if you roll before he's gotten out of there, is he going to just be permanently stuck in there? Is he going to like make it solid again and he'll just be half there forever?
Lesson. All right. There is a lesson you will learn.
Oh, they're Titanicing.
Sometimes you must.
And he did play Jack. The movie Jack. Oh dear. He did turn. Called it.
Sarah and I would like to get out of the floor, so it's your turn, Peter.
I thought I lost you again.
Yeah, this kind of came out of nowhere. The whole like, it's not like we saw them having any romantic feelings as kids.
Yeah,
Right?
I would have liked to have seen more lead up to it and have that part happen further, like toward the end.
You know what? Oh, okay. For our viewers who don't like spiders, which include myself. Nope, I don't like this.
Oh, I love spiders, actually.
So I'll also say about the whole love interest thing. That's just
those
because
are-
it was the 90s.
Holy crap, those are terrible looking spiders. Those are
Like-
way worse than the monkeys. Wow.
In terms of how fake they are, or
Yeah.
well, they're not CGI. They're actually there.
Yeah, they look really bad.
Yeah, I still don't like them.
They look like kids' toys that somebody was just.
Yeah, it's not that they look bad per se. It's the movement looks bad. The movement
Yes.
makes them look cheap.
Movement was particularly egregious. Not handling this very well.
I'll explain later.
How is that a good idea?
Judy, are you okay? I'm fine. Help them.
Not really.
Judy, come on. Judy!
Also, were the spiders just like chilling and waiting over his face? Were they just waiting for him to come back with the axe? Like, why haven't the spiders eaten them by now?
What's in your hand?
Oh, this?
Drop it.
As you wish. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Start running. No.
It's okay to run
This
from
is what
someone who...
he kept saying, you need to turn and face me,
Yeah.
you coward. So clearly this is what he's supposed to be doing.
You'd always face what you're afraid of. Good lad. You're finally acting like a man.
Why that gun shouldn't disappear, and neither should the bullet, so she should be dead. But that's okay. Movie logic.
His tongue is out.
It looked like the actor was really having fun with it. I really enjoyed his performance. Yeah, their romantic connection feels so forced.
It really does.
And they don't have much chemistry.
It's in such weird timings. Like,
yeah. I feel like, oh, movie's almost over. Oh crap, we forgot to put in a love interest, and it's the 90s. We better put in a love interest. And so they just kind of like shoved it in. Or maybe some executive saw the movie. They're like, oh, we got to give them a love interest. Better shove it in there.
wait, what?
It all goes back to normal.
What? I'm so confused.
They finished the game.
Forgot my speech notes.
I'm so glad you're back.
I was angry. I'm sorry too. Sorry.
One of the most important things a parent can do is apologize and acknowledge when they're wrong. A lot of parents, a lot of people think that you shouldn't show weakness or whatever to a kid, to your kid. You always need to be right, and that is absolutely the worst thing you can do. So I actually like I love that he apologized. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that too. That's good. That was a sweet scene.
I put the shoe on the conveyor belt.
I'm also glad he's owning up for Carl.
Yep.
Glad you told me, son. Thanks.
Also, he's not even questioning. It's like, oh, there's just a girl in the house alone with his son. That's cool.
Yeah, he probably thinks it's a good thing. Oh, good. My son's getting the hetero on.
The hetero one.
Have you tried burning it? Dousing it in napalm.
You know what this movie is?
Sulfuric acid.
You know what this movie is? It's Evil Dead for kids. That's the Necronomicon.
Ah, okay.
A mysterious evil thing that awakens and creates monsters when opened that cannot go away until you stop it.
I can see it.
Ugh, why?
What? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling she's gonna go break up with Billy. But also, here's the thing: how does she go back to her normal life? Like,
That's
if you
what I
took
was
my
just
brain
wondering.
now, I'm 35 years old. If you took my brain now and put it back in 12-year-old me's body, I wouldn't even know. Like, I'd be like, okay, I recognize my bedroom. I know where I am. I don't remember who I was friends with when I was 12. I mean, I do a little bit, but like, I don't remember where to go to school. I don't remember like what classrooms do I go to? What like, what do I do? I don't know.
I don't want to be 12 again. Thanks.
Also, yeah, no thanks.
I don't know. Maybe I could have made something different of my life or something, but
yeah, for sure.
Kind of.
But like, could you just imagine your 35, well, in this case, your 38, 39-year-old self going back in time with your brain to your 12-year-old body? Like, you'd have to go through puberty again, right?
Yeah.
And like, you wouldn't get along with other 12-year-olds because they're kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like
how could you date anyone but him?
Exactly. I mean, they get together, they're having a kid.
Hi, Martha. This is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Where are the kids?
Oh my.
And there are kids. Look at that 90s collar.
I guess, of course, they're your kids.
Well, you're right. These are our children, Judy and Peter.
And their parents didn't die. That's nice.
Well, we love children.
Merry Christmas.
Got you a board game.
Skiing holiday up in the Canadian Rockies.
No!
Oh, is this where they?
Yeah. So it's
We just.
So everything else is the same, and somehow they found like, why are they in the town? Like, that's not how time travel works, but that's okay.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of wish that they hadn't gone back in time.
Yeah.
And just continued from the 90s, but whatever. Like, they could have made their own sort of chosen
That looks
family
almost
together.
a lot. That looks a lot like the McAllister house.
It does. But like, I think it would have been really sweet to have them come together and create their own like chosen family together.
Yeah.
After losing
I agree.
theirs.
Yeah, no, I think that would have been much better. The game
And it
wants
continues.
to be found. Oh, Joe Johnston.
That was a lot of fun. Here, I'm going to go ahead and pause it.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
I mean,
it used to be a book. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was pretty much exactly what I expected it to be from the trailers I remember seeing ages ago. Which was a fun adventure romp.
Yeah.
With a bizarre board game come to life. Yeah, I think we had a couple criticisms here or there, but by and large, it was a really fun movie. I had a good time.
Yeah, the visuals mostly hold up, except for the monkeys. But the monkeys, and also like you enjoyed the monkeys, I found them just to kind of be silly. Like I might have cut out a couple of the monkey scenes because at an hour 38, or an hour 36, whatever it is, not including credits, I think the movie's just a few minutes too long. This needed to be a tight hour 90, hour 30, 90 minutes. So again, for some of our younger viewers, movies used to be shorter. It used to be that typical movies, most movies were about 90 minutes because that way it was the perfect amount of movies to fit in the most amount of viewings in the theater for more money. And in my opinion, most movies can tell their stories in 90 minutes. There's a lot of movies that are just too dang long. There's a lot of movies that are, 100 minutes, 105 minutes, 110 minutes that could be 90 minutes and they'd be better. Other movies do need to be. If you're telling an epic story, you need a long, it's not that all movies need to be 90 minutes. Of course not. But there's something about watching an old adventure movie from the 90s that's a 90-minute, that is 90 minutes long, that's like, this was the perfect length for a movie.
They did show quite a few of the monkey scenes. I think that I agree with you that you could have lost a couple of them and had it not affected whatsoever. It felt a little bit like filler.
And also Carl and whatever her name was, the aunt, like they had a couple scenes that added nothing. Like you could have cut Carl's character was necessary for the movie. But like, yeah, there were a couple scenes where I'm like, all right, get back to the kids in the board game, please. Like,
yeah,
get back to Robin Williams.
I wanted them to be more involved in what was happening. Like, even if they weren't the ones actively playing the game, maybe they were still in the same room or going around trying to figure shit out with
either
them.
you have them be more involved or you have them less in the movie. You can't have them kind of just be doing their own thing on the side that doesn't matter.
Weird B plot.
Yeah. There's nothing deep. You know, a lot of the movies we watch on this channel have something more to them. They're deeper. Nope did Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah, it's a Disney movie, but it dealt with a lot of serious issues. This one starts sort of addressing trauma, gaslighting, you know, questioning your own reality. But then it's kind of over by the third act, and it's just, let's wrap up this adventure movie.
Yeah.
You know what it was like, as the movie went on, I commented less and less on the emotional, the acting, the interesting aspects of it. And it just became like a fun adventure movie, but that's all it was in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. The love story bugged me. I felt like,
they
needed somebody who was better at like intimacy choreography or something to be like, this doesn't make sense.
It also needed one more scene before the alligator, the crocodile scene. They needed one more scene before that. And also they should have shown them as kids sort of having a little bit of an interest in each other. Whereas all we know is she was dating the bully.
Yes.
And she shows up at his house. Like,
we needed interest.
Why did she even show up at his house?
And I think that, she came to return his bike. But with the alligator scene, that could have been our first, just like, they could have left it at the moment and moved on instead of going in for the kiss, which sort of made it really overkill.
Yeah. By the way, just my previous point, the 2017 Jumanji reboot was an hour and 59 minutes.
2017?
Yeah.
I thought it just came out.
No,
like this year.
The sequel. No. The sequel. Hang on, I'll tell you. The sequel,
so they're making this a whole franchise.
There are now 3 of them, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, the next level, it came out in 2019 already. So the last Jumanji movie came out 4 years ago.
Wow, I am so behind.
Look, they're nothing spectacular. They're fun adventure movies. If you're in the mood for something silly and fun, and you're a fan of The Rock, and Karen Gillan, and Jack Black, and Kevin Hart, like...
I was just thinking the reason I probably haven't followed that franchise is because I've been following the other Rock franchise, Fast and Furious.
Which I have not watched. I saw part of the first one in a hotel room like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that might be fun to do some kind of compilation sometime, but there are a lot of them.
But yeah, it's a type of movie that I'm not going to go out of my way to see. But if someone wants to see it, I'll certainly sit and watch it with them.
Yeah, it's a fun ride. I like it.
And it's always nice seeing Robin Williams.
Always. Yeah. And BB. Love BB.
So yeah, that was Jumanji.
Yay! Thanks so much for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and if you like what we do, please leave us a comment, like the video, subscribe to our channel. If you love what we do, check out our Patreon, linked below, and we can't wait to see you next time.
Thanks so much. Hope you have a good one.